1931, who was awarded the Nobel Prize for the discovery of the cause of cancer. Anybody know that we knew the cause of cancer? Interesting, huh? And what Warburg said was the prime, and he got a Nobel Prize for this. In his acceptance speech, he says, the prime cause of cancer is the replacement of the respiration of oxygen in normal body cells by a fermentation of sugar. All normal body cells meet their energy needs by respiration of oxygen, whereas cancer cells meet their energy needs in great part by fermentation. All normal body cells are thus obligate aerobes, whereas all cancer cells are partial anaerobes. From the standpoint of the physics and chemistry of life, this difference between normal and cancer cells is so great that one can scarcely picture a greater difference. Oxygen gas, the donor of energy in plants and animals, is dethroned in the cancer cells and replaced by an energy-yielding reaction of the lowest living form, namely a fermentation of glucose. That's why in my diet I've tried to eliminate most sugars, and I'll talk to you more about that in a second. And continuing on this discussion, back in Pasteur's day, there was kind of a battle between a fellow by the name of Béchamp and Pasteur. And Béchamp felt that it was the terrain, our immune system, our body, that was the key to health. And Pasteur felt that it was fighting the germs. And Pasteur won. But Pasteur said on his deathbed that Béchamp was right. But the wonderful thing that happened out of our following Pasteur is that we created a wonderful pharmaceutical system, because that's the foundation. That belief that it's all about germs is the foundation of our pharmaceutical system. And let me just say too about the acidity issue. If you think about a cell like a fish, if you put a fish in a tank of water that's acid, the fish will die. And if you put a healthy cell, in an acid water, that's going to die too, depending on the acidity of the water. Yet even with Warburg's Nobel Prize and his discovery, when I asked the medical system what the root cause of cancer is, the answer is, we don't know. So all of this, for me, led to a raw food diet. I emphasize raw because cooking kills the enzymes, and the enzymes are very important in digestion and making the food bioavailable to us. The side effects of the diet have been that I got off blood pressure medication a couple of years ago, or about 18 months ago, when very quickly after I had started this diet, and I also had osteopenia, which is a precursor to osteoporosis, and that turned around. So those little successes, and they're not such little successes, they're reasonable successes. They sort of give me confidence to continue on this journey. Now, all of this having been said, I don't have any answers. I really don't have any answers. And it's terribly confusing out there. When I see Danish scientists doing a meta-study in which they've studied the studies and have 80,000 subjects, and they decide, well, we really don't know about vitamin A, C, and E. It doesn't seem as if vitamin A, C, and E increase longevity. This just came out 6 weeks ago. Now, vitamin C, that was gospel to me. That was gospel. That was my hero, Linus Pauling. He won a Nobel Prize on vitamin C. So, and here I am, I'm taking 5-6 grams of vitamin C a day. So that adds to my confusion. Another thing, my nutritionist down in Easton said, you gotta get more lycopene. And the study said you need more lycopene if you have cancer. So I started to go over Earthlight and buy Knudsen's V8 juice that has 22 grams of lycopene in it. Then last week I read the study that comes out and says that lycopene doesn't really have a big effect on cancer.
Hope you like V8 juice.
Well, I like V8 juice, yeah, so I'm going to keep drinking it. But the good news is just yesterday a friend of mine sent me a study that said that if you drink 4 to 7 glasses of red wine a day, your chance of getting prostate cancer is true. You know about the heart thing in wine. But if you drink 4 to 7 glasses of red wine a week, your chances of... What did I say?
A day.
A day. Well, that would be good. That would be good. I've been hitting the bottle. My problem is I've been hitting the bottle a little bit too much lately. 4 to 7 glasses of red wine a week. Your chances of contracting prostate cancer are only 52% of what it would be without that red wine. Now, up till that point, I was drinking a little bit of red wine, but since that time I've been... I wasn't drinking a lot because red wine's acid. But this is good news. But again, it's the shifting sands, you know? And, you know, the other thing, let's talk about salmon now. You know, I love salmon. I eat all my salmon raw. That's the way I love salmon. But you got farm-raised salmon. You've got organic salmon. You've got wild salmon. My son Adam, you know, I come home last night with farm-raised salmon. He says, Dad, what are you doing? Farm-raised salmon. That's all full of chemicals. You can't be doing that stuff. And who knows whether the farm-raised is better. Does anybody here know whether the farm-raised salmon is really better than the wild salmon? I don't think anybody knows.
It's the other way around.
Well, I mean, the wild, yeah, it's the other way. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be the other way around.
It's more expensive, but
Yeah,
it's probably better.
yeah. Well, I suspect that too. But what do we know?
Farm-raised salmon is full of parasites.
Yeah, and the chemicals. But so what do we do? What do we do in the face of these shifting sands? We laugh. That's what we do. Because that's therapeutic. When we laugh, natural killer cells, which destroy tumors and viruses, increase. Interesting statistic here. By the time a child reaches nursery school, he will laugh about 300 times a day. Adults laugh an average of 17 times a day. So there's all kinds of benefits to laughter. Reducing stress, lower blood pressure, elevate your mood, boost the immune system, and improve your brain functioning. So 1 minute of laughing is said to be as good as 10 minutes of a rowing exercise. You've all heard about these laughter things that they have in laughter clubs? Well, we're going to do it. Why don't you stand up? And what I want to hear is some good belly laughing. I'll start it off with a joke, and you can pretend to laugh at my...
Hey, you want a song on that? I'll give you a song. I love to laugh.
I'll tell you what. Maybe we'll do it at the end. Okay? That's a good idea. I like
But
that.
it's good for a belly laugh.
Oh, it's good for belly laugh?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
I love to laugh.
Ha 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 ha!